everybody. Here's the CD. It's called Nearness of You. Let's hear it one more time for Vance Gilbert.
This is a piece that comes from my childhood, and it talks about, because we were brown and tall, Jew and small, freckled, fat, buck-toothed, flat, black and broken, short and Christian, with teeth and hair in every direction. We were 20 different ways on how to pitch or catch a ball, but the day before November was the best day of the fall. Now, little Mikey Lundy had a dad who beat him daily for nothing anyone could ever put their finger on. As if he needed reason, it was always open season on Mikey when he came home late to all the whiskey gone. Now, little Mike was specially keen to be the Hulk at Halloween because he could wear a suit of green and hide the cuts and bruises. Hell, for one night, we could all just be just what we wanted to be most. Robber, princess, vampire, ghost, whatever our muses chooses. Because we were brown and tall, Jew and small, freckled, fat, buck-toothed, flat, black and broken, short and Christian, with teeth and hair in every direction. We were 20 different views on which superhero had it all, but the day before November was the best day of the fall. Now, the older boys would spin us stories of Miller's Field and of a man that crossed old Mr. Miller and then disappeared from sight. And if you squint, the streetlight on the corner of 5th and Mason cast a 10-foot scarecrow shadow guarding Miller's Field at night. But that didn't stop the older boys from laying flaming bags of poop on old man Miller's front porch stoop and then doing the knock and run. We'd see a leg come from behind the door and stomp it out, and that is all we ever saw of old man Miller as long as we were young, because we were brown and tall, Jew and small, freckled, fat, buck-toothed, flat, black and broken, short and Christian, with teeth and hair in every direction. We were 20 different crayon shades should Crayola come to call, but the day before November was the best day of the fall. Now, they hated the candy apples that the Gormans tossed into our bag. They gummed up all our other stuff with icky, sticky splatter. But Mikey's big idea, of course, was leave them on old Miller's porch, shout, trick or treat, stinky feet, then bang the door and scatter. So here he was, but 4'3", and braver than both you and me, tiptoeing with 10 apples on their dirty bamboo skewers. He rapped that door, and how he flew, the fastest 4-foot Hulk we knew, abandoning those treats of goo and all murderous pursuers. Because we were brown and tall and Jew and small and freckled fat, buck-toothed flat, black and broken, short and Christian, with teeth and hair in every direction. We were 20 ways to slap the side of pinball at the mall, but the day before November was the best day of the fall. As Halloweening slowed its pace and we visited every neighbor's door, we snuck past old man Miller's place, and the apples weren't there anymore. So one by one, with pillowcases, booty-filled and chocolate faces, we peeled off from our group for home to make our stomachs sore. The next day on the bus, we tallied peanut butter cups and Raisinets and Good and Plenties when Mikey shrugged and said, "My father never came back home." And we said nothing. We just kept blowing bazooka bubbles and chewing, peeing on M&Ms instead. The days grew warm, and we hit the bikes in shorts and T-shirts, and so did Mike. The only bruise still on that tyke was just above his shoe, where a pedal caught him on the shin, jumping the curb in a banana seat Schwinn. That shaver made us all seem braver with all his daring do. He smiled a whole lot more since then, but he never saw his dad again. And speculation has it that that bird just up and flew. But if you pass by Miller's Field at night and squint at that 5th and Mason light, you'd swear where there was once one scarecrow, now there's clearly two. Because we were brown and tall and Jew and small and freckled, fat, buck-toothed, flat, black and broken, short and Christian, with teeth and hair in every direction. We were 100 different hopes and dreams spray-painted on God's wall, but the day before November was the best day of the fall. Thank you so much.